Welcome, 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 welcome. This is a Fire Nice Experience, man. Football Talk Sunday, November the 26th, post Thanksgiving. Let's get it. Listen, it's your boy Coach, flanked by the world's greatest, your favorite, the man you all know and love. Fresh Fire, how you feeling this morning, Brody?
Oh, I'm feeling marvelous, man. It's Sunday, man. It's getting just a little bit crispier outside. The wind is picking up. You having some teams going in different directions. Some teams are solidifying their spots. Some teams are coming from out of nowhere, showing you they are worthy and formidable. And as it gets colder, the teams get bolder. Let's go.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning to anyone checking in with us. We appreciate you rocking out with us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you rocking out with us on this Sunday morning. It's a balmy Sunday morning, too.
Yeah.
We getting to that
Yeah.
time. We getting to
Yeah.
that time, bro.
Yeah.
So listen,
Yeah.
I played a little football this week, the little turkey bowl. Operative word being little. It was a little football, little football.
I was looking for you on the news, man. I was looking for you on the news, man. See if you made to the highlights, or whatever, man. But that was great to
Now I was
see
out of
you,
the game
man.
during that portion. That portion of the game was I was on a comfy confines of the sideline at that time. I was
How
playing more
was
of a coach role at that point.
how was your stats, man? What was your stat line looking like?
I'm sorry, what?
What was your stat line looking like?
I'm sorry, what?
Um,
I'm sorry.
Maybe
What'd you say?
sex.
You you want you,
Okay.
you want to see my touchdown dance?
Oh, so you caught a touchdown pass?
No, 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 no.
You
Whoa,
you had
whoa,
a
whoa,
touchdown run?
whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa, bro.
what's
Whoa.
happening, man? What's happening here,
Listen,
man? What's
am I not broadcasting right now?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I
I
see you
made it. I
broadcast.
made it. That's all that counts. That's all that counts. Now, that's not to say in future endeavors that will change, but between you and I was not trying to force it or push it. Shout out to Simon, hooked me up with some nice wares at the last minute. Actually look like something out there. Well, I'm gonna be me all the time, but
Right.
shout out to them niggas, man, that really, really got it in. Like really, really, like for real, for real. Them young boys fast as
Yeah.
shit, man. Them young
Yeah,
boys is
man.
fast. I mean fast. They was fast, bro. And they was playing like real 7-on-7. So, we're gonna run it back. And I get my leg, my legs work. They held me up. That's all I cared about.
That's what's
I just
up,
want to make it
man.
home in order to get my plate and all that. So mission
I I, I
accomplished.
I do want to say something. I guess about the Turkey Bowl traditions that I saw on Thanksgiving. I want to say I saw at least three very steeped in legacy and traditions Turkey Bowl games going on. I wish there was a way in the future. I wish there is a way. I'm throwing it up. I'm throwing my hat in the air because I want to say it was the Wallace clan had a flag football Turkey Bowl. Southbridge had a Turkey Bowl, and BVD had a Turkey Bowl. I wish there is a way that we can have all three of those games on the same field back to back on Thanksgiving, and they can all be done before about 12 or 1 o'clock. I don't know
That's
how
a
it's gonna get
possibility. I
done,
don't see why not.
but I'm throwing my hat up next Thanksgiving, man. Ox, C. Wallace, Michael Pittman, all them over. See if y'all can get together, have all three of those games, maybe over Southbridge, maybe at Warner, or maybe it rotates every year. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was like, yo, that I don't want to shortchange anybody. I would like to go see all of that. I just wish it was all in one place. Think about it,
Hey,
Joe.
listen, I don't see why that wouldn't be a problem. All that is just a matter of communication. That's really it. You know, it's all tradition. No matter who you playing, it's just don't even matter. So I'm pretty sure that could happen. That's not a big thing. All that is communication.
Right.
A lot of these people have been in the same rooms anyway. So I don't see
Yeah.
how that would be an issue. You know. So with that being said, moving on. Define nice experience. Let's do what we do, bro. And that's talk football. So listen, let's get busy. Let's do it.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro.
All right.
I'm all the way ready. Keep going, but I'm gonna go ahead and get ready.
You want to go ahead and get ready? You got to gear up. You got to get ready.
Well, as we starting and we getting into these days, man, I'm getting a little older. I don't know how many more seasons I got left in me.
Okay. Okay.
So when I come on out here, man, I play to win.
Okay. I can dig
I
it.
play to win.
Okay. So listen, without further ado, let's start it off. In week 12, Sunday, November 26th, we start off with the 1 o'clock slate of games. First game, we've got New Orleans Saints at 5-5 traveling to Atlanta. Play the 4-6 Falcons. The line is the Saints open a minus 2.5, and the line is 41.5. Take it away, bro.
We got two teams going in the wrong direction. Atlanta, they can't get it together. They have a lot of talent at the skill positions. It seems like they can't get it together at the quarterback position. Either they're getting inept or the quarterback that can get it done is not available. I do not hold a lot of confidence in these guys. With that being said, I could probably say the same thing for the New Orleans Saints. I'm tired of looking at Derek Carr. Just missed it in. Come on, guys. I was a supporter of Derek Carr's when he was in Las Vegas, man. I'm no longer a supporter. I'm not necessarily a hater of his, but he's shown me enough. I've seen enough. I actually think I was on that train a little bit too long. I don't know what to say about this game, bro. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
You got to say
really
something.
I am.
As you always tell me, you got to say something.
I am going to say something. So if I got to say something, I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to go with Atlanta because they're at home, right?
Well,
my gut's telling me Atlanta, period. I can say my gut's telling me Atlanta, period. Because it seems like with all the things that detract from both of these teams, with the talent I think they have surrounding them, I think maybe being inside, even though they both are teams that play inside, I don't know, man.
Call that a fast track.
They're on a fast track, but I'm not sure if Desmond Ridder is the guy to get the engine starter with that fast track. But I think Taylor Heineke's playing today.
No, Desmond Ridder's back as a starter. He's back to the starting job.
Man,
back to starting.
My gut kind of turned. My gut kind of turned on that, but I'm gonna tap in. I'm tapping in, and I'm going to Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to Atlanta Falcons in an ugly game, and I'm going with a tune of 19-13. Atlanta. They're gonna have.
I'll make it short and sweet. Give me Atlanta Falcons 24-21. Close game, close divisional game. Atlanta wins this one. Really mucks up the whole division. They move to 5-6, send the Saints to 5-6. Not really a. This could be this. We know we always say that these are the types of games that you turn the TV to, and all of a sudden it's a track meet. We'll see. I won't be checking in on this game only from the standpoint of the score, but I don't expect anything because they're barely using Bijan Robinson. The Saints have really not unleashed their passing game with the weapons that they have. It's just I expect both of these teams to have some, major changes at the end of the year anyway. So moving on.
I do, before we move along, I just have one quick note. I want to know what came about with the investigation into Bijan Robinson not playing.
Because probably nothing. I don't think anybody cares. I don't think anybody cares, bro.
You know what? If it was Kansas City, you know what I'm saying, if it was the Niners, we want to know if why McCaffrey's not playing.
Why CMC ain't playing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bijan. That's weird. Moving on.
It's puzzling. I know where you're going. I know where you're going, but I don't think they warrant enough tension for it to really matter. So.
And that's where I'm thinking myself. It's like, it's weird because for gambling purposes, you know what I'm saying? For the guy was playing, there was nothing on the injury sheet, none of that. He was in. He played in the game. He played in the game. He played like 2 snaps at like the end of the game. You feel what I'm saying? It was weird. Like,
It's
and
Atlanta.
I
It's
guess,
weird.
and he
Bro,
still is,
Atlanta's 4-6. Atlanta is 4-6.
and
What do you
he's been
expect?
playing. He's been playing sparsely. Like he's still been sick. Like he hasn't gotten over his flu. What is it? The rickets? Swervy? I
Atlanta
don't
is
know.
4-6. Like, what do you like? It's not much more to expect. Moving on.
Moving on.
Another 1 o'clock tilt. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6-4, traveling to Cincinnati to play the 5-5 Bengals. The Pittsburgh Steelers open up a minus 2.5, and the line is 36.5.
My gut's telling me to take the under. My gut's telling me points will be at a premium today. If
Yes.
you get it if you get near the red zone, I hope your kicker's foot is warmed up and his toes are loose, because I think there will be a lot of. I think offenses will be set back a few years because of these two guys. Even though I think it's Jake Browning, the backup for the now
Cincinnati.
for the now injured Joey B, hurt for the season. Last week he got in and that was what it was. I think this week he's going up against the Pittsburgh Fighting Tomlins, and I think this is a different animal. It's going to be a lot harder to do what you did last week to the Tomlins this week. With that being said, I'm not sure what to expect from Kenny Pickett. 2 gloves is back, and he's in some of the rarest form I've seen in my life. Now, we've seen some heads start to roll in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, relieved Matt Canada of his offensive coordinator duties.
Got you. And I wasn't a guy who thought he was the biggest problem. Like, oh, he's just calling plays. I'm always on the side of the players getting more credit or taking more blame for plays not being successful. There are no plays that say Kenny Pickett's supposed to throw it in the damn dirt. There are no plays that say linemen are supposed to totally let Myles Garrett come through and obliterate Kenny Pickett. There are no plays that say this. They are the players. So I don't expect much to change with whoever is at the helm. I mean, the offensive coordinator role for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I say in Cincinnati today, give me the Bengals, just because they're home in another ugly game. I think it's going to be very ugly for the NFL. And I think this is going to be a game that's sort of 17-13 Bengals. But you ain't got to argue me down on either one of these games, bro.
And I'm not going to argue you down, and I'm going to go with a similar score, 16-13 Bengals. I won't argue you down. Points will be at a premium. This is going to be a game of big plays. There could be a big fumble recovery for a touchdown, a big kick six, a kickoff return, or a big chunk play that decides this game. Give me the Bengals 16-13 at home. Moving on. Another 1 o'clock tilt. We got the Carolina Panthers at 1-9, facing the 3-7 Tennessee Titans. The line is 36.5. Tennessee opens minus 3.5. What are you looking for? What are you looking for, bro?
What am I looking for? I'm looking for 2 teams that are quite evenly matched. They're deprived of talent. They're deprived of leadership. They're deprived of management, deprived of ownership. I think they both have good coaches, head coaches, but you can't overcome a lot of the stink they have in both of those organizations. They're both going in opposite directions. I would like to see one of these rookie quarterbacks step up and look decent. I'm not sure if either is capable, because it's not really just on them. Give me the Panthers winning their second game, because they're at home to beat.
No, Tennessee's at home. Tennessee's at home. Change your mind? Change your mind?
That does change it, because something like this, that matters. That matters. Tennessee being home, sleeping in their own bed, they are a more veteran-laden team for the people. I mean, for the players who are actually going to make a difference. If Will Levis can just steer the car without going off the track at home, being comfortable all week, I think that little slight edge will be just enough with Carolina, even though that's not far, going from Carolina, Carolina to Tennessee, that's not a far road trip. But these guys, you know what I'm saying, when you're starting with a team that young and inexperienced, everything matters. You have to get everything right. You have so many things have to line up, like the press passes, the food, my workout. All those things have to line up, and those things just haven't been lining up for Carolina. So I like Carolina losing to the tune of 24-13, Tennessee.
God damn it. We're going to go chalk here. 24-13, Tennessee. We're going chalk here. I think these are quarterbacks going in the opposite direction. A lot of hope and promise and adulation for Will Levis, and a lot of people seem to be down on Bryce Young. So I think we got two quarterbacks going in the opposite direction. The trains are, crossing each other, at the station. Will Levis is up. Bryce Young's down. Give me the Titans. Same score. Keep it moving. Another 1:00 tilt. Got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Indianapolis to play the Indianapolis Colts. The Bucs at 4-6. Colts at 5-5. The line is 44.5, with the Colts opening at a -3.
At home?
-3 at home.
Oh, okay. I know exactly who I'm picking. Money line. Give me the Colts for the win. I told you I like Gardner Minshew. I like a lot of things that's going on in Indianapolis. The one huge thing I don't like going on in Indianapolis is their owner. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't like how he talks. I don't like how he moves. I wouldn't care about how he moves if he didn't talk how he talked. I'm like, dude, you're a fiend. You are a platinum spoon baby. You are one of the faces of white privilege. And you have the almighty mitigated gall to start calling out people who call you out on your dumb stuff. I'm like, just cool, no problem. If you are who you are, go stand over there. But then you start calling out people who called you out on your dumb stuff, or you start talking where you shouldn't be talking. Like, dude, your team is actually a little bit more successful in spite of the shit you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to actively beef with the best player on your fucking team for no reason at all. You want to turn around and talk crazy about people who talking crazy about shit that you did. And you're like, oh man, I want to sue you for defamation. You're a fucking owner. If you are an owner, you should be acting in a different manner. You should be moving in a different way, and you should be held to the same standards that your players and your management are held to. You can't be going out here saying this stuff all willy-nilly. And I'm like, these guys out here, like I said, it's a lot of backups. It's a lot of young guys in Indianapolis, and they've had pretty much slightly above the amount of success that they was going to have this year. And it is not because you're helping. Jim Irsay, I hope you sell this team soon. You said you was thinking about it, sell this team soon, man. But I think you're just going to give it to your kids, which I would do myself. But go somewhere and shut the fuck up. With that being said, I like the Colts to win. I like the Colts to win rather big. Rather big.
Okay.
You know what? I'm saying it with my chest. Because actually, I'm feeling like I want the Colts to go out there like, remember the baseball movie Major League? And they was winning all the games in spite of the motherfucking owner. They was like, yeah, man, we're gonna go out here and everything we fucking do, man, we're gonna bust these people's ass, even though she's trying to sell the team and strip us down. I think today it all comes together for the Colts, and it's a fucking domination. I think we get the fucking hammers out. I think it all comes together for them today. And I think they really put their hammer down on the motherfucking Yuccaneers. We've all seen Baker Mayfield. He's turning back into a pumpkin.
Oh yeah, Baker's Bakery now. He's in full Baker mode.
And like I said, man, I it's still on the board. One hamstring will be pulled between Mike Evans and Chris Godwin today. But I like the Colts huge today. 35-10.
Okay.
At home.
I like that prediction. I don't think it's as dominant, but I think it's a comfortable win for the Colts. We see the Colts I got the Colts winning this 30 to 17. 30 to 17. I think the Colts win this comfortably. Moving on, we got the 1 o'clock tilt. New England travels to MetLife at 2-8 to play the New York Football Giants at 3-8. Giants coming off of a win. The Patriots are a -4. The line is 35.5. Talk to me.
I'll make this even shorter. Give me the Giants, take the under, and I think they'll cover. I don't like what's going on in New England, man. And like I said, man, I don't blame the Zappies and the McCorkle Joneses of the world. They are who they are. I mean, I do blame them. But at a certain point, um, there's a coach up there and there's things the way they going. I got to look at you too, bro. You putting this thing together, and I got the Giants winning today. God, another fucking stinker? Another stinker. 19. No. 17-12.
Okay.
Giants.
I think the Giants win this game. I think they do some things to the Patriots, man. I think this is a mini hammer. I think that the Giants defense is playing pretty well right now. They're coming off of a very stout performance on the road against a divisional opponent. I think they put some things together. They get some turnovers. McCorkle gives them a few. Give me the Giants in this one, man. I want to go 24-10 Giants. I want to go 24-10 Giants. Yeah, I think the Giants win this one easily. I think they win this one easily. This is going to be. I think we might get 2 defensive scores in this game. We might get 2 defensive scores. The Giants will run the ball effectively, and win this one comfortably.
So you think you would get 2 defensive scores from the Giants defense?
I think we might get 2 defensive scores from the Giants defense, a scoop and score and a pick six. Yeah, I think we get 2 defensive touchdowns from the Giants. And that's how they win this game going away. The next game we have is an intriguing game from an entertainment standpoint. And it's a divisional game. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at 7-3, traveling to Houston to play the 6-4 Houston Texans with the surprising young gunslinger, CJ Stroud. What up, Mike? Shout out to Mike Knox, man. The Mike Knox Show. We love you, bro. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Open a -1.5. The line, 47.5. Interesting. Let's hear it.
I'm thinking take the over.
Take the over.
Take the over. This is my first candidate for the game of the day, and I think this will be our barn burner, folks. These are 2 young teams, 2 young ascending teams, 2 young ascending quarterbacks, and we have one team that is actually overperforming, which makes it that much better. When you have these 2 teams,
who do you think is overperforming? Speak to that a little bit.
Oh, Houston. I think Houston is overperforming.
You think they're overperforming?
Yes, I think there's overperforming. I didn't think CJ Stroud would be this good, so I didn't think the team would be this good. So when he overperformed the whole team, I'm like, oh, I got to look at this whole team differently. I didn't know who the hell Tank Dell was before CJ Stroud started hitting everybody in their face with these, passes. I'm like, oh, okay, that's CJ Stroud.
Let me ask you a question. With what you've seen, do you think it's more overperforming, or you think, hey, man, there's some talent there? And it's not necessarily overperforming. It is a team with some talent, and they're doing some things.
That's more of what it was. I didn't think CJ Stroud was this good. So when I didn't think CJ Stroud was this good, it didn't give me no reason to look at anything. But when I saw him hitting everybody, I'm like, well, who the hell is he hitting? Somebody got to be catching all these passes. you know what I'm talking
Somebody got to be catching this leading touchdowns.
Right. Exactly. So I'm like, he ain't throwing the ball to his damn.
He dealing.
So I got familiar with, you know what I'm saying? I already knew who Nico Collins was from last year, but I got familiar with Tank Dell, and I already knew who Dalton Schultz was from Dallas. But I'm like, oh, I want to say if he's not leading, I want to say he's second in touchdowns from the tight end position. You feel what I'm saying? So I had to get familiar. So I was like, oh no.
Like a
They're
record.
pretty
Hey,
damn.
what's going on over
They're
here?
exactly. They're pretty damn good, and it looks like NFL pretty damn good. It just doesn't look like smoke and mirrors. Pretty damn good. It looks like this is how you sustain success going forward long term. Good. You feel what I'm saying? So when I see this, I'm like, ooh, they outperformed a little bit of what I expected of them. With that being said, them home, and this is a real measuring stick game for them for where they are in their ascension. On the other side of that, man, you got Jacksonville.
Big bounce back game last week, though. Big bounce
Big
back game.
bounce back game.
Big
Big bounce
statement
back
game for
game.
them. Showed a lot of moxie, and getting trounced on national TV.
Yeah.
In a game that technically they could have won. It was a prime spot for them to show who they were. But with this league, you get a chance every week to show who you are. So they show some moxie. I got to give them credit.
I, I I don't think that they have ascended to the point in their journey to where these games are given for them. They
Right.
are a team that need this game almost as importantly as the Houston Texans.
They're still
But
proving
they
themselves.
right,
Still
they're
proving
still
themselves.
proving themselves, and this is we didn't know that Houston was going to be this formidable at the beginning of the season, but now it is what it is. So for you to be the team that everybody picked, okay, where you're the guys of this division now, and I actually didn't pick them, but I wasn't mad if anybody else picked them. This is a game that you have to have. I'm not saying even more than Houston, but you have to have this to continue to let people know that you are the guys of this division nowadays.
The Houston's ahead of schedule. Houston is ahead of schedule.
Exactly, and I'm not sure if Jacksonville are those guys yet. Because like I
Okay.
thought in the beginning of the season, I actually picked Tennessee, man. That pick went woefully wrong. But I think there's another team that has taken up the mantle of the team that I picked, which is Houston. So today with Jacksonville, how they've been playing lately, better, but not as good as I thought. I think they lose today. I think they lose today, but I think it's a barn burner. I think it's a barn burner, folks. I think it's a barn burner. I think this may be a quarterback in a divisional matchup that we will have to keep our eyes on going forward. Both these guys are young. But I think that the defense that the D'Amico Ryans is putting down in Houston will be the deciding factor today. Because I think both quarterbacks are going to play just fine. But I think the defense of the Houston Texans will be the deciding factor in a 33-31 barn burner today. But I got the Houston Texans winning. Take the over, folks.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast, my friend. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and because I have the Jacksonville Jags and the Chargers in a similar position, but the Jags showed me something, so I'll put my neck out on the line. Put my neck out on the line. Trevor Lawrence in a shootout versus C.J. Stroud comes out the victor in a high-scoring, entertaining, red zone dominated game, 38-35. Jacksonville.
Okay.
This is a must-win game for Jacksonville, I think. Jacksonville loses this game, they're just a team. They're just a team. Lot riding on this game because if Houston wins this game, this is a yeah.
I'm in here. I'm eating.
I'm here. Now I'm here because they knock the division up if they win this game. Jacksonville has to outpace them. If there was ever a time for you to be that team that makes a statement to say, listen, I am here. This is my division. This is the game. Jacksonville, do something. You ever see the meme with the guy with the stick? Do something. Jacksonville, I'm asking you to do something. I'm picking you today, but I'm not mad at somebody picking Houston, as you would say. You don't have to argue me down. I think it's that close, but I'm going to go with Jacksonville on this one. The next game, starting the 4 o'clock slate of games, we've got the Cleveland Browns at 7-3, traveling to Denver to play. They're streaking. Denver Broncos. Cleveland open. Denver opens a -2, and the line is 37.5. I know why that line is 37.5 too.
Why is that?
That Cleveland defense is not playing around. That Cleveland defense is, you know what I mean? They play that, they play that kind of football. They don't listen. We fine winning the game 3-0. We can do that. They embody this. They embody this kind of football, man. This is a Crash Bandicoot team. They feast on turnovers. They're opportunistic on defense, and they couple field goals here and there. They are fine with that. They do not care about the score of the game. This is a team led by Myles Garrett, who is probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, the premier defensive player in the NFL right now. He is unblockable. He has surpassed Aaron Donald, not in terms of like career, but as far as the dominant defensive player at the moment. He has surpassed Aaron Donald. It's not a slight against Aaron Donald. I think Myles Garrett has come up to that level of football. He is that kind of game wrecker at this point. I'm going to say this. With the way that Denver is playing right now, I'm even inclined to bring out the coin flip. Because you got two competing forces. Denver has totally turned it around. But I'm not going to go with the coin flip because I'm not disgusted by this game. I'll only use the coin flip with games that I'm disgusted by. So I'm going to go with the team that I've been going with all year. The Cleveland Browns. In a tight one. 20-17. Cleveland gets out of there with a win.
Man, I everything that you said about Myles Garrett, man, please mark me down for all of that. Myles Garrett is probably the defensive player of the year right now. That man has been wrecking shop for a while now. It just seems like all the injuries and the Baker Mayfield stuff and just all the other stuff has overshadowed his dominant defensive play. With that being said, they have a pretty good linebacking core, and they got a pretty damn good defensive secondary that backs him up and just wreaks havoc and makes it so fucking hard on anybody on the other side of the ball. I've been on Denver's ass the beginning of the season, but I had to get off their ass, and I got on their side these last couple weeks, man.
You've been riding with them. You've even retracted the statement.
Yeah, and I've been riding with them, man, because of what I've been seeing out of these guys, man. I'm like, you can't make this up. And what I've been seeing with the most success and the most difference was at the quarterback position in one, Russell Wilson. I can't say he's back to Russ cooking like it was in Seattle, but this was damn sure enough for us to see success for the whole Denver Broncos. They've won their last 3-4 games in a row.
They're cooking. They are cooking.
Some pretty goddamn good teams.
They cooking. Yeah, they cooking.
The defense has been playing very good. A lot of people have not been acknowledging that, but they've been playing very damn good these last 4 or 5 games. Russ has been playing good. And you said they're in the altitude. And lo and behold, will I do it again? Yes, I'm doing it again. And I'm picking Denver to win. With a couple points being put up today by my good guy, Russ. And I think the score is 28 Denver, 17 Browns. Yes.
I can dig it. Hey, listen, we're going to see. We're going to keep our eye on that game because I got a feeling that's going to be an entertaining game. Might be low scoring, but I think it's going to be entertaining. It's got like that. It got that. My spidey senses is tingling on that one. Moving on to another 4:00 tilt.
One thing I'm saying, look out for the rookie quarterback's second week's performance. DTR.
Okay. We got the Rams traveling to Arizona to play Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams sit at 4-6. Arizona Cardinals sit at 2-9. The Rams open -3, and the line is 45.5. This game is in the desert.
Mm.
Do you care?
Yeah, I do care, but I think it's going to be a barn burner. I don't think
Uh-huh.
neither defenses show up. I don't think neither defense show up. I think this has a real chance to be the game of the day. I think both of these quarterbacks come out gunning, slinging. I wish Kyler Murray had a little bit more firepower on the outside to match up with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. But I think this actually, man, in the desert is hot. I don't think neither defense is going to be able to hold up. I think this is going to be a barn burner. And I'm going with my guy, Kyler Murray, and them to the tune of 37. Yeah.
No.
Rams, 34. Kyler Murray and them pull out a crazy one. It's that time of the year, man. It's that time of the year. Crazy stuff starts happening. Some dudes you never heard of is going to have like 3 touchdowns. Book it. Arizona Cardinals, 37. LA Rams, 35. You can book it. I said it with my chest. I'm tapping in.
Flip it, man. Flip that over. Flip that. I'm going with the road team. I got Matt Stafford going out, guns blazing. Give me the Rams, man, coming off of their game last week. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams. I got the Rams in a high-scoring game with the score flipped. I got the Rams winning this. Yes. We on opposite sides of the spectrum today. Give me the Rams. Moving on. This is an interesting one, only from the standpoint of the position of both teams right now. For all you Raiders fans, you guys are still fighting out there. There's still this outside chance with the change in culture. It can be done. It's going to take some work, and it's going to take some commitment from the whole 55-man roster, the front office. Let's see what happens today when the Chiefs come to town in the division game. What you going to do, Raider Nation? What you going to do, Raider Nation? The Chiefs come in reeling. And when I say reeling, typically losing a game doesn't mean you're reeling, but the nature and how you lose that game could send you into another game reeling. They had virtual control of that game until self-inflicted, oh, shot myself in the foot. Oh, shot myself in the knee. Oh, shot myself in the shoulder. To have a game in your hands and to let it slip away, a game of that caliber against that kind of litmus test team, it's got to have a residual effect. The same guy's going to be lining up for Kansas City. Give me the Raiders in this one, man. Give me the Raiders in a tight one. A tight one. 20-17. The black hole goes absolutely ape shit crazy in this one. Give me the Raiders, man. I'm throwing all caution to the wind. I want to pick an upset. Upset alert. Give me the Raiders, man. Give me the Raiders. No, it doesn't make any sense. Give me the Raiders.
Hold on, good brother. Now, I tend to like Raider Nation. I tend to like Raider Nation, man. You know, they are proud. They're a proud bunch. You know what I'm saying? They're a fun bunch.
They're a proud bunch.
They're a proud bunch. They're a fun bunch, man. But you can't tell me you can't tell me that the alien and Big Red will not be foaming at the mouth to get that taste out. You can't tell me that you don't see Patrick Mahomes just saying, we will not lose this goddamn game today, guys. You can't tell me that they haven't been chomping at the bit to get that ugly stink of all those drops. And I swear to you, I laughed all goddamn week at MVS. I laughed all damn week at him because he had the nerve and the almighty mitigating goal to put up a tweet talking about, well, I'm in a great space in my life. You have to take, I'm in a better space, you know what I'm saying? Dog, you dropped the fucking football. You play football. We know you won in the game of life. We talk about in a game of fucking football. You dropped the fucking pass in front of everybody. Your mama was watching. You feel what I'm saying? So, oh man. So I like the Chiefs today. I really, really like the Chiefs today. I think the
Okay.
Chiefs. I think the Chiefs were not as focused as they should have been last week.
Oh no, they was
Well,
focused. No, we ain't gonna do that. They were
well,
focused.
well,
They
no,
were
no.
in
I know they were.
complete control of that game, my friend.
No,
They
no, no.
were
I'm saying
focused.
not focused like their focus was off of whatever. I think that a lot of times people say, "Oh, that won't happen a lot." I got you. MVS was bullshit any fucking way. Contrary to popular belief, this is more what Travis Kelce has been looking like all season. You feel what I'm saying? But what I have been saying is, I think the Chiefs, to the tune of what 7 or 8 wins, they have overcame all of that stuff, and I
Yeah,
think they will overcome
I
today.
agree.
I think they are a team that can self-right itself. They have the pieces to self-right itself, even if they don't have all the pieces to go to the ultimate goal. We can self-right ourselves against the black hole, and I
I mean, when
like
you
the
got the
Chiefs.
alien on your team, who knows? You could never fully say, oh, they're not gonna make it. You got the alien on your team, man. You
I'm
got
not oh, I'm not even close to talking like that. You know, feel what I'm saying? I'm not even close to talking like that. I'm just talking when you have the alien who can make things happen on his own, and then you have Andy Reid who is his own innovator in his own right. Like I said, I will continue to say it. That is the greatest marriage or the greatest combination that I believe in the whole NFL. And I think today, like I said, that is they can self-right themselves a little bit better and easier than some other people can. You have a familiar foe. They haven't beaten the Chiefs in a minute. I like that. I like the success against the Raiders to continue today to the tune of 27-20 Chiefs.
all right, Raider Nation. Don't let me down, man. I'm going out on a limb with that one. In the last 425 tilt of the day, got an interesting one. Whew. The Buffalo Bills traveled to Philadelphia to the link right up the road to play the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles open at -3. The line is 48.5. Interesting game. This was supposed to be the quote unquote difficult portion of the Eagles schedule that they're in the midst of. And they're handling it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Coming off of last week's game, I hope the Eagles have their offensive line issues shored up because just Jalen Hurts was under siege, and they're now playing the team with the most sacks in the NFL in the Buffalo Bills. So unless they have that offensive line issues and miscues worked out, Mr. Hurts will be under siege again today. The only problem here is that, unlike last week, they don't have to deal with an alien. Mr. Allen in the link is feast or famine. You're either going to get him literally throwing 4 interceptions, or he's due for a Herculean performance also. Does it happen this week? No, it does not happen this week. He plays well. He's not the reason that they lose this game. I think the Eagles actually roll. You're going to see some big plays. The second half of that Chiefs game, they shored up the offensive line issues. You'll see them get back to the long ball. You'll see the run game be effective. Hurts is a little compromised a bit, so you won't see him skating as much. They'll rely more on the passing game. You'll see some big plays. I think they might win this one rather comfortably, even though I throw up in my mouth saying that a little bit. Give me the Eagles to the tune of 31-16. 31-16 Eagles. 31-16. Not a dominant performance as the score may say. What will happen late in this game is a late turnover and touchdown by the Eagles, which is going to be the big difference in this game. They'll be winning, and then there'll be a late turnover, big sack by one of their big money defensive players, as they normally do. Huge sack late in the game to change the tide, a strip sack something of that nature. Big turnover. Eagles get possession, and then they drain the clock out with a late touchdown to win the game. Give me Eagles 31-16.
This is another candidate for play game of the day. The Buffalo Bills. If I was the Eagles, the Buffalo Bills would scare me because, like you brought up, uh, they can wreak havoc on your quarterback. And last week, a lot of people like to say the Eagles have the best offensive line in football. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I don't have to have the best one. Just give me a good one. As far as I know, they're pretty good, and that's fine. I'm pretty sure the Buffalo Bills have been going up against some pretty good offensive lines, and they wreaked havoc on them to the tune of lead the league in sacks. I don't see Jalen Hurts being that compromised. He ripped off a couple runs last week. That looked pretty, normal. If it seemed like he needed that to use his legs, it seemed like they would be there for him. What I am concerned with the Eagles about is their defensive backfield. And it's not necessarily the pieces they just brought in, Roby and Byer. It's actually James Bradbury. And maybe even a little bit more Darius Slay. Those are the guys who have been, I can't say burnt,
Abuse.
but beaten. You know what I'm saying? They've been beaten. So those are the guys that are outside. Those are the guys who are normally lined up against the other team's best receivers. And those are the guys who seem like their lack of success gets overshadowed when you talk about the Eagles' defensive backfield. They say, oh, we're their defensive backfield. I'm not sure if it's Reed Blankenship getting beaten. I'm not sure if it's Kevin Byer, who just got there, getting beaten. He's starting to make plays on his own. Corley Robin, who just got there. They've been getting beaten all season, and it looks like Bradbury and Slay. With that being said, I think Josh Allen is one of the more talented guys that can really take advantage of that deficiency. I think he might have a huge day because his roller coaster's
Oh,
been
this is
down
the day
lately.
for you. You think this is the day?
I think this is a day where he's up. I think this is a day where he's up. One thing I see that plays in their favor is they was trying to run the ball and actually successful at it. The Eagles are good at stopping that. So when they stop that, they're like, we're just leaning to what we're good at and what you guys are not good at. So that will keep Buffalo in the game and keep the game close. And I think Josh Allen has a Herculean effort today. But I actually think that they keep reeling as well. I think the Eagles are probably the best team, offense and defense. A little concerned in that defensive backfield, but it's a team game. And when you have an offense that can just play keep away, keep their arm like that on you, what can you do about that? What can you do about that? That
They
wears
never
on
play
you.
your style of football. They always play their style of
Right,
football.
yeah, and that wears on you. They just put their arm on you and say, well, you better score every time. Because when those guys get the ball, they're a scorer. And even more importantly, they take a lot of time off the clock and a lot of help off your ass.
It's a difficult team, man. It's a difficult team to play because in the history of football, I've never seen a team whose philosophy is, for the most part, once they cross their 45, everything is four down territory for them. You know what I mean? If you've got to keep them out of short yardage situations because we all know what comes. If you can keep them in 3rd and 5, in 4th and 5 situations, I think you give them time to think. And it's a flagrant and arrogant team where they'll go for some of those as well. But you got to keep them in those situations. You got to keep favorable down and distance with this team because they're very arrogant. They're very, I mean, they're very confident. They will go for a 4th and 3 on you. They don't care. Once they cross their 45, they are going to go 4 down territory. It is hard in the NFL to defend that kind of mentality with that kind of offensive line and that kind of with the requisite weapons that they have. You have a quarterback that can scoop. You have a run game that's potent with multiple options at running back. You have two quote unquote number 1 receivers. You have a reliable tight end. You got to defend every blade of grass with this team. It's tough.
that
Proceed.
something like that, and that's what I'm saying. That wears on you. That wears on you physically, first and foremost, you're just out here and got big guys running into you, running into you. And we've noticed that in the end of the games, they start rolling over you because you just can't hold up physically. But even mentally, knowing that every other team you play, we stop them 3 times, they holding up the fourth down time. You feel, oh, we getting off the field. The Eagles, you're like, hold up, wait.
They don't even flinch.
Right, shit. Oh, they're in the hurry up. Holy shit. What's the play, coach? You keep that kind of mental pressure on people. Do you have a breakdown when you have somebody running free, like, or you have somebody looking somewhere else and you have Devontae Smith catching the ball for 49 yards down the field? Those type of things wear on you physically and mentally. That being said, you have one of the more fragile mental pieces at quarterback in Buffalo, in Josh Allen.
Feast or famine.
I think he will have a great day, but I think he will also make a crucial, back-breaking interception or fumble or bad play for his team to lose. And I think the Eagles win.
It smells like a fumble to me. I think it's going to be a fumble. I think it'll be a fumble.
I can see Hassan Reddick coming off the end. Now, initially, he's blocked, but Josh Allen, being Hercules he is and probably has been during the game, extends the play, but doesn't see Hassan Reddick didn't stop on the play, keeps going, and as he's throwing the ball, Hassan Reddick rakes down on his arm.
I motor.
And he gives him the thumbs down. That's sort of kind of how I see it. So I like the Eagles winning 33-30. 33-30. Pretty high scoring, 33-30.
Moving on. We got two more games on the tilt, and I think that, for what it's worth, I think they're actually 2 interesting games. Hear me out. Hear me out. First game is the Sunday night tilt. Ravens traveling to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Now, I'm going to go with the Ravens because that's my Super Bowl pick. I'm not going to waver on it. But this game scares the shit out of me. You know why? Because this is the type of game that the Chargers decide, you know what, we were supposed to be good this year. We were supposed to be good. And they become problematic. I just hope it doesn't happen this week. I'm going to make it short and sweet. Give me the Ravens, shutting them down. They get out of here with a I think Bosa's out of this game, if I'm not mistaken. This is one of the worst defenses in the league. Give me the Ravens 23-14. 23-14. They get out of Los Angeles with a W and take complete control of the AFC.
That's fair. I'm not even talking about what the Ravens can do or going to do or what I think they're going to do. I want to talk about what I think the San Diego under supercharged Chargers, aren't going to do. I think they aren't going to win. I don't think they are going to put up a professional defensive effort. I think they aren't going to adjust to the physical style that Baltimore is going to bring in. And I don't think that Brandon Staley makes it to the end of the season as the Chargers head coach. After they lose this game.
This could be the one?
I'm not saying he's going to get fired tomorrow if they lose this game. But I will say that this game will be the one. Say, oh, man, this guy has to win the championship for him to keep his job. And I think this will be the thread. I think this will be the
thread.
I think this will be the thread that they pull out.
Okay.
Like, oh, you know what, Brandon Staley, we're really looking at Jim Harbaugh. We're really looking at, some different pieces. I think this is the thread that really undoes the fact.
This is the one. Okay.
That undoes the San Diego Superchargers season in some jobs. I think Baltimore goes in there and just plays Baltimore football. I think they run roughshod over them because
I hope.
Well, San Diego's defense is overrated. They're overrated. A lot of names, not a lot of success, not a lot of stops, put it that way. So they'll stop you just enough to lose all the games that they supposed to win. So with that being said, they don't tackle well. Baltimore goes in there, and over the course of the game, it just gets crazier. So I think it's to something to the tune of, damn, I'm gonna catch one of your scores earlier. You said 30-17 Ravens.
Moving on, we got the last game on the docket. We've got the Monday night tilt and NFC North. I'm sorry, an NFC North tilt. We got the Chicago Bears at 3-8, traveling to Minnesota to play the Colts, the Scholar Coaster at 6-5. The Scholar Coaster opens -3. The line is 43.5. What do you think about this game, man? Is it a dub? Is it just what it looks like, or is there something more here?
You know what? I will not say it's a dud. I would probably say the game is a little bit more evenly matched than a lot of people think, because I think both of the quarterbacks are the same quarterback. So it doesn't really make the things around you any different. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins could really take advantage of a Justin Jefferson the way that I don't think a Josh Dobbs could. But since you got Josh Dobbs there, you got Justin Fields there, cool, no problem. They cancel each other out. The Scholar Coaster is real, man. I had to get my prescription filled for my heart pills, man. You know, shout out to Skull Nation, man. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Some of the
Fighting
people's
though,
not
man.
from.
They fighting just despite
Yeah,
everything.
they
They
fighting.
fight-
They fighting, and they just keep fighting. The pastronaut, man. I'm on his side, man. The man didn't even know where to go to change clothes. You feel what I'm saying? He comes in like, oh, and he comes in and wins the game, man. So I can't front on that. I've never been very high on Justin Fields or the Chicago Bears, and it's come to fruition that what we all thought was going to happen is probably going to fucking happen. They're going to probably move on from their quarterback. They're probably going to move on from their somebody, maybe not their GM, but they're going to rip the thing down, tear it down, start over again, and probably get rid of the coach too. Again, for the 7th, 8th, 9th. I don't know how many times this is in a row in succession again. Deja vu. Over again. I don't like them going into Minnesota and winning nothing. I think Skol is real, and the only thing that they was missing was Kirk Cousins' throwing, but I still think they get production from the quarterback position out of Josh Dobbs in an adverse or different way. The leadership that he brings and his attitude, the way he plays the football game, it rallies people around him to play even better. I don't know if you noticed, there hasn't been any Justin Jefferson on their team, and they've been out there balling. He's been throwing the ball, running the
They're
ball.
fighting.
Teams, he's fighting. What a lot of other people haven't noticed is the Scholar Coaster defense is much better than a lot of people have given them credit. It's been their defense holding them down and holding them in games. When we looked at them in past seasons, it was their offense. Can we outscore teams? Now it's like, okay, well, if we can just get a little bit better defense, which they have gotten this season, they have seemed like, okay, we don't have to outscore teams. We can stop you. And I think they stopped the Bears tomorrow night. I think it's an interdivisional game. I think it's going to be tough. But I think both these guys are going to be running and passing and making plays with their feet and arms. I think it's just going to be one more play made by the Minnesota defense to the tune of 24-23. Minnesota.
Okay.
A real close one. A real
close
one.
I'm going to go chalk here. I'm going to go chalk. Mark me out for everything you said. Ditto, verbatim, tight game. Down to the wire, could even be a field goal that decides this game. A last second one. Mm-hmm. And the dome goes absolutely bonkers. Give me the Vikings, same score. I'm going to take it. And that wraps up this particular week in NFL football, week 12. It's some interesting games. I'll have a couple TVs working, just to kind of look at some things, man, and stay abreast of what's going on, because a couple of these games going down the stretch, I'm definitely interested in terms of seeing how teams are playing. How teams are playing is going to be important because it's week 12. We only got, 5 weeks left? So this is important how you're playing right now. Wins and losses, I get it. Just get out of there with a win. But you want to start playing some of your best football right about now. You want to go in hot.
Oh
You
yeah.
want to go into the playoffs hot. Final thoughts on that?
I mean, like you said, man, there's never a time I want to be playing bad football, but this is the time of the year that you want to be playing your best football, and even more importantly than that, you want to be healthy. This is the time you want to be playing good. You want to be playing good enough that you can get out of there with all your limbs intact. Because this is the time when your team starts shaping up for the playoffs, who's in, who's out, what you should be trying to look for to face, or what other teams should be trying to look for in you as playoff teams going forward, and who's on the field and available to play. That makes a whole lot of difference in your team and how your team is going to play and how teams view you. So health right now, piggybacking on playing your best ball right now is paramount and apex this time of the year when it starts getting cold and the tundra freezes over just a little bit more in Lambeau Stadium.
But in closing, bro, a lot of teams made some changes over the past couple of weeks. We've had on a holiday week games compacted into 2 weeks. Teams have made some changes. My own team has made some changes, which I'm very happy about. I just want to say sayonara to Jack Del Rio, also Brett Vesselmeyer.
Yes! Fuck you too!
All right. Now, Ron, you've accepted the task of taking over this putrid defense. You've gone on record now as saying you didn't necessarily agree with everything that Jack was doing, but you gave him total autonomy in terms of what was going on. So you got 5 games. You got 5 games. I think that your seat has hot coals on it. I'm shocked you survived, but hey, I think, with all that being said, Ron, you're a class act. You inherited a mess. I'll give you that. You've actually acquired some talent. However, the product on the field does not match the expectations that even you have set, my friend. This is not a 20-year rebuild. You are now on year 4 of a rebuild. It's not cutting it. You have the exact same record or similar to from year 1 to now. It's not cutting the mustard. Got bigger expectations than that. Ron, you're on borrowed time, my friend.
Oh, is he ever? I mean, I guess this is what they would call lame duck status, bro. You just sitting out on the porch, on the lake, watching people on the lake do their business and their wares, and
this was a decision 3-4 weeks too late, Ron. 3-4 weeks too late, my friend. In fact, this decision should have been made in the offseason, to be honest with you. But hey, that's your guy, and you living and dying by your guy. And unfortunately, your guy's dead now. He is gone. We're now moving on. You are taking over the defensive play calling capabilities. This is your cup of tea. This is your forte. This is your feather in your cap. This is what you do. So, with that being said, Ron, I mean, there's no excuse for a team with 4 first-round draft picks along the offensive lineman. We have invested a first-round draft pick at corner. We have invested a first-round draft pick at linebacker. There's no excuse to be the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. So, Ron, good luck. Not too much luck because I like that draft pick. I'm not of a loser mentality where I want to lose, but I'm not broken up if we lose. You've been doing this for so long. Hey, let's see what happens, Ron. Got a lot of capital going in the next season. We got a lot of draft capital going in the next season. So let's see what happens.
I just knew Jack Del Rio had on the wrong leather jacket, and I knew it wasn't going to be too far. It wasn't going to be too long. They was going to let that. You got the wrong leather on, Jack. We in the varsity this season. You still got that Fonzie leather jacket on that it was wearing in USC. And that was if you're still in that mentality, man, I know your defense is going to be at best. But man, I don't know, man. Some people in Commander Nation is Ron must go. They shout now Ron must go as well, man.
I mean, listen, I'm with Ron. I'm with Ron being gone. Let's listen. I don't think this was just a jack. I think you've made a lot of poor decisions. This offensive line, that's your baby. You got all of these guys. You brought these guys in. You failed to address the offensive line in the draft, and you went with a patchwork approach. This is hey, Ron.
Yeah,
But I digress. We'll see what happens.
you put your
With
job
that
on the
being
line
said,
for that.
listen, for all y'all eating Thanksgiving, today is the last day. Eat that Thanksgiving, and today is the last day. Throw that thing out after the day. Today is even an extreme. Me, myself, I'll be eating the last day of my Thanksgiving food today. I'm going to warm some things up. I'm going to have me a smorgasbord today, and that's it. I will cleanse my fridge of Thanksgiving food. What about you, bro?
Pretty much the same, man. But it ain't. We've pared down some things in there. But there had to be an extra pan of macaroni and cheese made the following day. That's how
Now that's not going anywhere because we got 2 extra pans.
You know,
that's not going anywhere. We always stock with the macaroni and cheese. That could just be frozen and thaw it out and cook. That's not going anywhere. So I don't want to give you the impression that I'm throwing everything out. The mac and cheese is listen. That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I got a feeling me and you probably both on those same lines. The turkey has been eaten down to a carcass, so there is. It's already been made down to turkey salad and whatever you're gonna put on your little sandwiches. It ain't.
I want to shout out my family that came through, man. We had a house full, man. We had about 25 people here. It was a festive time. We had a ball. It was a good mix of my family and the wife's family. Nice mix of people, man. We had a good time, very good time, very festive. There's a lot of food. We even had like it was enough food here where people could have taken aluminum tins of food away. So it was a lot of food here. So but with that being said, man, this is the Fire Nice Experience, man. Your boy coach, the world's greatest man, the man you all know and love, Fresh Fire, man. It is football time. We're trying to get you out of here so you can get your bets in. You gotta get your bets in and everything, right? You gotta get your cards straight and all that.
Yes.
All right. Anything besides Thanksgiving food, anything you eating on. Listen, there was an excellent spinach and shrimp dip that was here. Holy smokes. Oh, Lord. Listen, that's like a meal. It was like a meal. It was like a meal. So I'm gonna warm some of that up for the early games. I'll warm that up and feast on that. That might put me to sleep. And then when I wake up, it'll be time to eat. I'm gonna do some chicken. I'll do some mac and cheese. I'll do some sides in there, and then that'll be it. I'll be comatose the rest of the day, but I'll be in the dungeon enjoying some football today. Absolutely, we may check in later on. Who knows? We may, depending on the outcome of the games.
Right. I don't know, man. More like I said, I'm probably clean up, some of this macaroni, and I don't know. I'm more of a snack guy. I'm more of a nacho chips guy. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's always. That's never off the menu. You feel what I'm saying? That's like a go-to. So something like that, man. I think I might get me in a couple margaritas today. Something.
I can dig it. Okay, throw a little festive drink in there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But other than that, man, I don't think I'm doing. I think I'm mop up the rest of this macaroni and cheese.
Absolutely, man. Listen, hit them likes and subscribes. Don't take you much to do that, man. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Trying to make some money off this thing, man. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Run them views up, everything. Shout out to the Mike Knox Show. Shout out to the Concert Crew Podcast. Shout out to the boy Ice. Shout out to B Matt, man. We know y'all out there rocking and rolling. We'll be back with y'all next Sunday, but we also will be with y'all Tuesday for the regular show, and not the cartoon, the regular show, our regular show. We got a menu chock full of shit for y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Fresh, take us out of here, man.
Peace, man. Y'all have a good football Sunday, y'all.